Away from the nation's capital, let's turn to Rivers State, where the alleged bomb explosion in Port Harcourt is still generating mixed reactions from the two political camps in Rivers State. Now, both sides have engaged in a war of words over the incident, accusing each other of inciting violence. We have details in this report.
A few days ago, supporters of the FCT minister, Mr. Wike, held a rally to support the police takeover of local government secretariats. Before the procession dispersed, news of a bomb explosion in the city center began to spread. Initial findings revealed that a would-be bomber fell victim to his own attempt to detonate a dynamite. When Governor Fubara hosted the Senate Committee on Privatization and Commercialization, he accused the pro-Wike group of masterminding the failed bomb attack to portray the state as unsafe.
There was a plan to dynamite the presidential hotel because you two were there. But this God that we serve, it happened that the man who was trying to do it, it happened just a few seconds as blew his hand off. It happened in front of. The idea was when you are hearing state of emergency, is so that by the time they finish, but when people are sitting tomorrow, they will say somebody from this state who called you people to tell you not to come will now raise issue of state of emergency.
Reacting to the governor's remarks, some top political allies of the FCT minister denied the allegations.
They bombed the people, the senators who came from Abuja. We thought that this was a needless escalation of this matter. Why would it be that every visitor to the state must be presented with a Wike problem? When Wike is in Abuja and performing as the best minister, even in the current government, just as he performed as the best governor in the entire country. That's our own son that we should honor, but we are the first to denigrate and pull him down.
It's the governor and the commissioner for health, the police detectives and other security agencies. Commissioner for Health addressed a press conference to say that an explosion has taken place and instructed that all health establishments in Rivers State should watch out. In less than 1 hour, only them have arrested someone. In less than 1 hour, they have cordoned in everywhere. They would allow Nigerian police force and other security agencies to do their work.
The alleged bomber was traced to the medical facility where he is receiving medical attention under tight security. The police are yet to comment on the issue as to what exactly transpired at the scene of the explosion, his motive, and perhaps his sponsors.
Well, let's bring in the Executive Director, Center for Public Accountability, Femi Lawson, into this particular conversation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
So the crisis in Rivers State seems to have different facets and dimension, and now there is an argument over that particular bomb explosion in the state, with everyone trading blame. But when you look at the very details of this particular crisis, do you think that politicians have gone too far in terms of how far they have taken the violence, the protest in the state?
Yeah, thank you. You're very correct. Politicians in Rivers State are going too far. Remember that we've discussed this on a number of times, and I want to say that I'm impressed by the fact that TVC have continually updated Nigerians about events in Rivers State. Quite sad, just like we predicted a couple of days back, that this is taking a frightening dimension. This started from mere protest to gunshot where a policeman was a victim, sometimes during the attempts to send the former chairman of local government away from the various local government council. Now getting to a very terrible dimension that explosives are now being deployed by these politicians and their supporters to make statements, irrespective of the camp that this alleged suspected bomber may have come from. The truth is that the lives and properties of the ordinary people of Rivers State are now being put at stake because of the battle, the quest for control of power in Rivers State. And that is why we cannot, at this point, but commend the fact that the police was very swift in taking those measures it has taken and in ensuring that those local government councils are protected against violence. And we are beginning to see it now that, not just ordinary places. If you know where Presidential Hotel is in Port Harcourt, and the significance of that hotel, you know that it is a very terrible dimension to this issue for anyone to have targeted, that part of the city for such an explosion.
And when you speak to any politician today, who, by the way, they and their supporters make up less than 10% of the people of Rivers State, and it's the innocent people whose lives are now being put at risk. But when you speak to politicians, they will tell you that they are waiting for that appeal court judgment, as the resolution to all of this crisis. But do you think that that will be the resolution? Or that will only be an escalation, depends on how it goes? And what is the way forward for Rivers State?
Even the Supreme Court judgment can, in my own opinion, settle the dispute that is concerned. You will understand that before these issues were taken to the court, politicians are already aligned across the line of their interests in Rivers. People are already divided, especially those, just like you said, are even less than 10% of the population of Rivers people who are politically active. They're already divided. Already, there are politicians in Rivers who are already talking about the next election. So what is most important is that the interest of the ordinary people must be respected, their rights must be respected. Governor Fubara has a role to play in ensuring that the lives and properties of Rivers State people are protected as the Chief Security Officer of the state. His main political rival, former Governor Wike, is based in Abuja as a minister. I don't think he has such responsibility in ensuring the protection of lives and property of Rivers State people. Governor must take responsibility, but ultimately, supporters of both camps must understand that Rivers State is bigger than whatever political bias they have today or whoever they are supporting as their political leader. Violence must be the last thing that must ever be considered in advancing your political interest or cause. And what is happening in Rivers is frightening because Rivers is one of the most volatile Niger Delta states. We know the history of militancy and violence in this part of the country. And anything that would take this country, that state, back to the path of violence, breakdown of law and order must be avoided, especially by the Chief Security Officer of the state, Governor Fubara.
Security in Rivers State is security in Niger Delta region. Thank you so much for your time. Executive Director, Center for Public Accountability, Femi Lawson.
My pleasure.